You are our commodities queen. What did you think when you saw this story?
Well, a couple of things. First of all, I've been reporting on this for a while. I think my last report was in 2013. So Texas has been wanting to do this for many, many years. So there are a couple factors involved. One, of course, is Texas pride. Hey, we have our gold.
That might be the biggest one.
It would be the only state with which it would own its gold, not at the Fed or another bank, but in its own borders. Number one. Number two, there's a reason for it. The idea is if the government at any time ever wants to confiscate gold from people in the country, it can't do that. Then Texas can say, no, my state rights are going to trump your federal rights. And this is not actually something that's crazy. I mean, FDR did this back in 1933. He confiscated all the gold bars, all the gold coins, and certificates out there.
So there's precedent for this.
So this is not crazy. There's actually a reason for something like this. But I did have to laugh at one of the Democratic senators who did not vote for it, and when he was asked why, he said, "'Cause it's weird."
And it's also expensive. I mean, people think that I would imagine it's very expensive to move all this gold over from New York to Texas, but it's not so easy as just building a repository and putting it there.
No, there are a lot of issues for it. So they actually get to store it here in New York for less than $1 million. So the cost is how much would it cost to store it? You have to transport it. And you can imagine, how do you do that and not be a huge
moving target?
Moving target, exactly. And then how do you build a vault that is secure enough to do that? And I know you said it wasn't stored in the Fed, but I have also been to the New York Fed. So I've seen how gold is stored here in New York.
What does it look like?
You go down to the basement, you're in an elevator, there's no pictures, there are cameras. I mean, like, you can't get in there, like, at all. So there is that portion of it. Of course, some of the Texans who want this to happen are saying we can totally protect our own gold. Don't say that we can't. So,
and by the way, it might create some jobs, too, if we're, like, looking at how to store all this gold.
Sure. Okay, there we go. The economic outlook to storing gold in Texas.
I love the fact that you started with, Texas pride plays a big role in this.
Well, yeah, they'd be the only state that would actually do this. And there's no surprise that there is a big Tea Party movement in Texas. Having kind of gold, not as a currency, but in forms of currency, is also a big deal. And the idea is at some point, maybe you'll be able to pay your bills or your taxes with gold through this bank, sort of like a debit card idea.
Maybe you melt all the gold into jewelry and have everyone wear a lot of the jewelry from New York to Texas. That's what Chinese people did during the war when they were trying to flee the Japanese.
Huh.
So
She surprises
just
me
one
every day.
idea. All right.